the jury has to determine his demeanor, and I think what they're doing is they're arguing what's going to be in the jury instructions. Was this something that was proliferated by race? And his state of mind is certainly relevant to how he acted. So I think what the defense is doing is trying to make sure they have ample ammunition to argue the case properly to the jury. It's always hard when the criminal defendant takes a stand because they say, "Look, everything is on the line here." So it's a stressful situation, and I think what the defense is doing is trying to give themselves enough ammunition to argue that he was acting in self-defense or that, in fact, he was the victim and not the antagonizer.
Well, they almost lost their case because I understand exactly what you're saying. But at one point, Theodore Edgecomb says that his shooting of the gun was an accident. And that is a completely different case than a self-defense case. A self-defense case is that you're under threat, you believe you're under threat, you shoot because you had to, right? But suddenly he's saying the gun went off accidentally. It even led the prosecution to ask the judge not to give a self-defense instruction because he's claiming it's accident. I don't think that's going to happen. The judge didn't rule, but there's enough evidence there to support a self-defense charge. But your thoughts on that misstep?
Well, I know as a defense lawyer, you try to give yourself enough ammunition to argue any which way. If it wasn't an accident, then did he have enough time to formulate some sort of intention to commit a crime here? I think the issue really, David, is that the point is that under the law, he has to reasonably have exhausted every other reasonable means of escape. And I think the defense got themselves in a pinch here. But, as a defense, you don't have to put forth the evidence. You just have to put forth a reasonable doubt. So any of those theories, any alternative theory that the jury feels is reasonable could amount to a not guilty verdict.